What up, y'all? It is your boy, Zach, known as King of all YouTubers here, back with another video. Before I begin, take all colors of lightning and zap them all into the subscribe button, because we are writing positive comments each day in a PewDiePie NT series YouTube channels. I'll surpass both of them in the future. Let's surpass both of them in the future, and I'll have 980 million subscribers in this video. And without further ado, let's begin. Today in this video, I am going to be talking about, will there be a Jak 4 video game? Jak and Daxter. I'll be talking about Jak and Daxter related topic today. And this is going to be my very last video today, because I would love to take a break from before making videos today and all that too, after this video has been made. Anyways, let's begin. So, based on my calculations, Naughty Dog was working on Jak and Daxter project very long ago, back in 2016, 2015, somewhere in there. And they called it a Jak and Daxter project, but it was a concept art from Last of Us, and they called it Jak 4. And Jak 4 and Jak, they made a concept art of Jak, but it looks good, but that art's horrible. But Daxter looks like an opsel. Back in the cartoony games with Naughty Dog and the PlayStation 2 series, was Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy, Jak 2 Renegade, and Jak 3 Combat Racing, and the original for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, and Daxter on the PSP. Daxter looks good. But in Jak 4, the untitled Jak 4 project, Daxter just looked like a weasel with a gun. He couldn't even talk in the Last of Us project, or untitled Jak and Daxter 4 project. And so Naughty Dog is like, okay, we love Jak and Daxter. We wish to make a Jak and Daxter video game, but it's not gonna happen. But another team came up, and Insomniac Games made a Jak and Daxter team. The Jak and Daxter team, a small team named Insomniac Games, came in, and then made Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier, which was an awesome game. But I found something very interesting on Reddit today, and it's about Gall and Maya returning. This user, his name is Official Deco. He says that he has a theory for Jak being behind Daxter once he leaves on Precursor ship at the end of Jak 3. Well, before I actually get into the paragraph, Ashlyn Praxis reacted to, is Jak Demar? Yep. Well, I think back in Jak 2, I believe Jak was a small kid, and Jak was born in Haven City in Jak 2 Renegade, and all that stuff. Anyways, forget about the Mars theory. Let's read. I still have the Mars theory in me, but let's begin reading. This is really short, and I do not know if anyone has discussed this, but I found it odd that we see the ship door closed, and Jak is next found standing behind Daxter and Tess. My theory is that Jack did leave, and he had his adventures on other planets, fighting evil. But after that had all occurred, the Precursors offered him a choice. Of dead, he wanted to go back to the past. And like young Jack before, there are two Jacks. The one which is having his adventures out in the universe, and the slightly older Jack who has the same appearance. Who comes back and who knows that the timeline is fine. As a past Jack will fulfill whatever he does, and so he can spend time with his friends on Jack X. I think it's an interesting concept for Jack 4. We could either have Jack having his adventures on other planets, or we could have the game have a past enemy that returns. Gall and Maya, after Jack believed he has defeated all of the Precursors' enemies, as he has been spending time on other worlds fighting the Precursors' enemies and saving the universe. I think this is a cool concept to be explored. And more could be told about the Precursors and the Dark Maker's backstory of what Jack learned, and him coming back to see Gall and Maya wreaking havoc, or him coming back to live life normal for a while, only for Gall and Maya to return would be epic. Gall and Maya could learn of Jack being alive in the future, and either have a revenge plot, or after Jack has destroyed the other Dark Makers on other worlds. They could see themselves as successors to the Dark Makers due to the amount of Dark Eco they absorbed and turned them into totally evil beings worse than the first game. This is just a theory on concept for Jack 4 that will probably never be made with the story, or in general. Tell me what you guys think should happen for Jack 4. In the theory, for how Jack seemingly teleported in behind Daxter and Tess. So, it sounds like another small team, besides Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games, this team is named Blueprint. They're another small team. What if they decided to go back to the very first game, Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy, reboot, restart first game, and recreate the characters again, and Gall and Maya too? What if they extend Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy? What if the Gall and Maya boss fight got extended? Or maybe Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy could get rebooted and restarted, and now they could recreate the characters. And after that, they could, the Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy could follow up to another Jack and Daxter sequel, which is to referring as The Return of Gall and Maya. Pardon me. And for Jack and Daxter 4, more than likely, Gall and Maya will return. And Jack 2 Jack 2 Renegade. After Jack and Daxter beat Gall and Maya, they sunk in this dark eco. And they thought, and Samos, the Green Sage, thought Gall and Maya were dead, meaning presumed dead. Meaning like, it could be dead, or maybe not dead. Gall and Maya could still be alive out there somewhere, preserving more eco. And another thing is, in Jak 2 Renegade, if you had 101 power cells in the very first Jak and Daxter game of the ancient Precursor door, you go in it, you find a rift gate, and then in Jak 2 Renegade, Jak and Daxter use that rift gate to travel to the past. And then basically, in the past, in Jak 2 Renegade in Haven City, Gall and Maya could be miles deep in the underground. Could be 100,000 feet down underground. More than, maybe like 100,000 years. Would Gall and Maya? Well, also, Jak and Daxter get revenge for Gall and Maya, or will Gall and Maya get revenge on Jak and Daxter? I believe Jak and Daxter get revenge on Gall and Maya because Gall and Maya coming back, and they're like, oh, there's Jak again, hey? And Gall and Maya have new abilities that they use, and like more new Dark Eco abilities to use against Jak in order to destroy Jak. Use against Jak in order to destroy Jak and Daxter. But that won't stop Jak and Daxter because Jak and Daxter just mastered every type of eco, including green eco, yellow eco, red eco. Yeah, mastered all types of ecos, including green eco, blue eco, yellow eco, white eco, and dark eco. The blue eco allows you to run pretty fast, and it opens doors, right? For green eco, it just heals you because that's part of your health. And yellow eco, if you grab it, and allow you to shoot yellow eco, and it could be a projectile against enemies and shoot enemies. White eco is at the end of Jak and Daxter because of Legacy, where Jak and Daxter becomes Super Saiyan, and then the white eco destroys Gall and Maya, and Gall and Maya sink into the Dark Eco silo. In Jak 2 Renegade, well, before Jak 2 Renegade, Daxter was trying to save Jak because a bunch of Crimson Guards were right here, and Arrow had to tell the Crimson Guard to do this to Jak, and Jak was asleep, not dead, but fell asleep, fell unconscious, and Jak went in this prison and all that stuff. 4 people died from Dark Eco. Not 5 people died from it, no, but the 4 people only died from Dark Eco. And the 5th one is Jak, but Jak and Daxter. Jak was the only survivor of Dark Eco, and it transforms into this evil menace monster. It becomes like a Super Saiyan and destroys every Crimson Guard, every every time Crimson Guards look at Jack and Daxter, and they're like, "There's a no hover zone," and Jack becomes all angry and he doesn't care if it's a restricted area or a hover. This is no hover zone. Jack and Daxter doesn't care. They just go Super Saiyan and just do dark bombs or jump up in the air and do some Dark Eco shockwave. Well, Dark Jack could basically become invincible, and Dark Jack could go larger and can become bigger. And so, Jack and Daxter has mastered 5 types of Eco. And if Gal and Maya return, then it has to be, if Gal and Maya ever returns, what if Blueprint, a small team of Blueprint, actually make like make like a sequel to Jack and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy, and it's called Jack and Daxter 4. Jack and Daxter: The Return of Gal and Maya. What if it says this? Jack and Daxter and the 4's in the background or something like that, and says The Return of Gal and Maya. And Gal and Maya could be on the front, and Jack and Daxter like right here, Maya and Gal and Maya up here. So I want to show you something. Let's see. What was it? Hold on, y'all. I'm finding something real quick. Here it is. See, look at this. That's Gal and Maya in the background. See those two? Yeah. Those goes like, yeah. So, Gal and Maya doesn't appear on the front. So what if Blueprint decided to put Jack and Daxter for the background with Gal and Maya up top, and Jack and Daxter being down here, and some Dark Eco with Gal and Maya up here too. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, actually? Will Jack and Daxter 4, The Return of Gal and Maya, happen? It could happen. But, it could happen. But it's not going to be made by Naughty Dog. It's not going to be made by Insomniac Games. It's going to be made by another small team called Blueprint. Oh, and yes, in some event, they showed a Jack 2 map of Haven City, and it looks incredible, by the way. So, and will that come to the PlayStation 5? Of course. Well, what if it goes to the PlayStation 5, or what if that game comes to the Nintendo Switch? What if that game comes to the PlayStation 5? What if it comes to the PlayStation 5, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 3, or the PlayStation 4? Which one do you think? Which one do you think that Jack and Daxter 4, The Return of Gal and Maya, will be more likely on? PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 3? What do you think? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And that's all I have for you today. So, credits in the comments and the outro. Credits in the comments and the outro of this video. The Power Hour, Legend of All Legends, and I am Zach, king of all YouTubers. He always says, this is Pieces out.